And let me just say something very clearly here. The Galleon Passage is not a fast ferry. If you want speed, don't want it. And let me just remind you all that the first fast ferry that ever worked in Tobago to Trinidad was the Cat. And before that, we were going to Trinidad and coming back night and day. We bought the Galleon Passage because it was available at the time we were out looking for a fast ferry. Fast ferries are hard to get. And we bought it because eventually we expect to use it from Toco to Tobago. We will have a service from Port of Spain. We'll have a service from Toco. You must have heard about that Toco port. If the minister had time tonight, he will tell you about what's happening with respect to Toco and the Toco port, and we will link to Tobago. But that is for another time. So don't go on the Galleon Passage and come back and tell me it's slow. It is supposed to be 22 knots, right? It's a single hull, 22 knot ferry. It's a ferry, but it's going to take a fair time longer to get to Tobago. That plus the faster ferry of the Spirit, and a few months later on, another fast ferry should give Tobago adequate service. Adequate service. And let me just appeal to you all here in Tobago. Don't be your own worst enemies. Stop bar talking the place. If I was in Trinidad, as I am, and I wanted somewhere to go, the last place I want to go is Tobago. Because you get on us, Tobago is a hellhole. And that you go, you can't, we have 5 planes going back and forth, you can't get a seat, but no tourists in Tobago. You come, you have, every day we have 2 ferries coming, a cargo ferry. It's not the best in the world, not the newest in the world, but it's getting the job done. We have a fast ferry coming every day, going back and forth. What you have to understand is that when you get into a difficulty, whatever the nature of the difficulty, you work your way out of it. You don't embrace the difficulty and sink yourself in the process. Stop bar talking Tobago. Tell Trinidadians. Because if you keep doing that, those who are inclined to come to Tobago will look somewhere else. And they are looking somewhere else. I talk to my St. Lucian friends. You know you're among the Trinidadians go to St. Lucia? Because Tobagoans keep telling them don't come to Tobago. Just stop it. I mean, you can't buy a ferry in the supermarket. You can't buy a ferry in the hardware store. You go out there in the world, you look for it. And you see those people who hang around the port, say they want to provide ferries? Let me tell you something. If you all have any idea what was going on with that port, take it from me that the firing of the 2 most senior people on that port should be a wake-up message for you here in Tobago. And as long as this government is in office doing what we are doing, which is providing good and honest government to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, all we ask of you is patience. We're going to fix it.
Thank you.
We have found the money. The Australian government is assisting us in the funding for the 2 vessels. We have found the money. We're going to buy 2 new vessels. So all this, going out every so often to get somebody old vessel at this bacana, we are going to have 2 new vessels here by mid-2020. Ordered by us, built for us on our specification, our configuration, and this matter will disappear from Tobago before the end of 2020. That's how we have to deal with it. But in the meantime, let us make the most of what is available and tell the rest of the world, especially Trinidad, that Tobago is open for business.
Participation.